With the recent release of Dragon Ball Sparking Neo's DLC, I wanted to finally talk about the future of this game. Will we see additional DLC, and could we potentially see a Sparking Zero Meteor DLC content in 2027? Dragon Ball Sparking Zero DLC Pack 5, aka probably going to be called Super Limit Breaking Meteor or like Ultra Limit Breaking Meteor. I don't know, it's gonna have Meteor in the title of this specific DLC because they have a pattern that they are currently following right now with the releases of additional DLC. And I wanted to talk about this because it's been a couple of weeks now that we've played the DLC. It's been out, and I think most of us have kind of digested the majority of like the foundation of material. Like, let's just be real. We played all the characters basically in that first day in terms of just trying them out, getting a good feel of them, seeing what they have to offer. And everything after that has just been through the Limit Breaker Journey mode and all the other new additional things that they added, like the story and stuff. There's a lot of content in this pack, and by no means do I think we need any DLC right now or even more content. I think we're good for a very long time, okay? This is just my opinion, but I mean, I'm good for the next year for this game. Like, I love what they did. I appreciate what they added. If they want to do little updates, you know, here and there for the game, like patches or like what they're going to be doing are free updates, that is confirmed for, I believe, in October, for probably, they haven't said it's specifically for the 2-year anniversary, but I mean, it is the 2-year anniversary of the game. So the fact that they're doing all this and, you know, they're releasing these big, massive DLCs instead of like the smaller season pass type stuff, just leads me to believe that they will continue to do this moving forward. I think Sparking Zero has the potential of having a Xenoverse 2 lifespan. I don't know if it'll go on for 10 years, but the fact that the game is just getting better and better and better with every single update, every single DLC drop, just goes to show that I don't really see them making a sequel. There's kind of no reason to when you can just add additional content. I think the foundation of the game is pretty good, right? There are going to be things about it that some people maybe don't like, and I'm not saying that a sequel is, you know, impossible. I think one day they might do something like that, and a sequel would completely change the game. Like, I'm saying, like, completely overhaul models, art direction, mechanics, everything, right? And they could do that. They could still do that via updates, but I don't see them changing up the like core foundation, even like art direction wise. Maybe improve some models, some of the models that are just not really all that great. But I digress. Let's talk about this, right? This is a discussion that I've been wanting to have for a while, surprisingly enough, just because, I mean, it's in the back of my head. Like, it's in the back of our minds. We know that they're going to be doing something like this, and it's going to be the 5th DLC coming out next year sometime. It could be around the same time. It could be a little bit earlier. Who knows? I would say that they need to take their time, and if they want to release this kind of later, 2027, that would make a lot more sense to me. But they could release it at any point in time, just depending on how they're doing updates. And maybe they don't do this. Maybe they go back to the direction of a season pass, because Moro, all right, Moro Saga, the Dragon Ball Super, Moro anime, Galactic Patrol anime, that has potential of coming out maybe sometime later next year as well. So it's like, if that comes out, are they, you know, scheduling this and organizing this to have that Moro content, or are they going to wait and then just do another, you know, a single DLC release that just has Galactic Patrol related content? Or is it going to be free update stuff? I don't know. A lot of it is uncertain right now, because everything that was released in Super Limit Breaking Neo was specifically, you know, stuff that is just kind of, again, I know people are going to, you know, be mad at me saying this or get annoyed by me saying this, but there are things about this, about the Neo DLC, that were things that should have been in the base game or could have been in the base game, right? Because, you know, these are characters and additions that were in the previous games, right? And I'm not saying that, like, you know, they fucked us over or anything like that, but, I mean, some people will believe that. But I digress. You know, again, I'm getting into crazier things. What I really wanted to go over was kind of like the pattern that we have, right? So year one, right, through the initial release with all the DLC for this first season pass, that was basically your Tenkaichi 1, Sparking, just Dragon Ball Sparking, okay? Then we have year two, which is Sparking Neo, aka Tenkaichi 2. Now, what Tenkaichi 2 did was they added a lot more, I believe, like movie characters, as well as more OG Dragon Ball characters, because it was really severely lacking OG Dragon Ball characters, okay? So Sparking Neo did a lot of that. And then at Sparking Meteor, they just expanded upon that even more, okay? It was just more of a collection of everything. And that's kind of what they did in Neo, but a big focus, I would say their main focus for Neo was OG Dragon Ball, okay? Just because there were so many characters, so many things lacking from OG Dragon Ball. We had one character in the base game, which was Kid Goku, right? Or Teen Goku, right? So they added so much new OG Dragon Ball content that I just felt like the Sparking Neo DLC, or Limit Breaking Neo, whatever, was really, it felt more like, kind of like the pattern of what they did with Tenkaichi 2, right? So I would believe that Tenkaichi 3 and Sparking Meteor would do the same situation, right? Because there are characters that were added in Meteor that weren't in, the previous 2 games, right? And I can't remember exactly how many characters got added, but between the releases of each each game, right? The character additions were about the same, right? Around like maybe 30 to 40 characters that they added per game. Sometimes there were more, just depending on like forms, if you want to count that and stuff. But yeah, like I think when they got to Sparking Meteor, they started doing like the different variants of like specific like timeline, I guess, characters. Like for example, like sagas, right? They separated in sagas. You had Goku early, you had Goku mid, and then Goku end, right? I believe Meteor, aka Tenkaichi 3, did that. So we kind of already have that, right? We had that in the base, so it's not like they needed to really, we don't need to fuck with that too much, right? So I think we're pretty much good on like our Gokus and our Vegetas and stuff. The only thing we really need for them are mainly like outfits, right? But yeah, GT Goten, what the fuck? Give it to me. I'm messing around, except not really, because this concept actually includes his ass, right? So this is my last hope. Not really. I think GT Goten, he could come at any point in time if they really, really want to just expand this game beyond belief. But shoutouts to I Really Do Inspire, because they just inspired me to make this video. Shoutouts to them. So they said, I got bored, so I decided to make a Meteor DLC concept for fun. Well, you're pretty goated because I like your selections. These are actually pretty decent, right? I think this concept I made would finally complete the game, so that way, when we do get to the Moro arc and Granola arc stuff, the game could feel fresh and clean, right? So yeah, kind of get everything, not say out of the way, but get all the characters in that weren't in, previous DLCs, previous, releases and base game. And then once all that is in there, then they can start focusing on actual new content that we've never seen before in terms of like, Moro and, fucking Granola arc and stuff, right? So let's go over this concept. It's pretty decent. I know the quality is kind of low on here, but I mean, we're just going to have to bear with it. So Super Limit Breaking Meteor, okay? So there are a pretty good amount of selections of characters. I'll kind of go over the ones that I think would make sense and have a good possibility. All these characters, surprisingly enough, are fair game. I think it's possible for every single one of these. Sparking and just the Tenkaichi series, I think this game over anything they can include anything as playable, right? If we have Pansy and shit and like Teen Chi-Chi, playable and stuff, like it's gonna happen. They're gonna add a lot of these characters that you would never expect to be playable that had no material, right, in the anime. So we got the Pilaf machine. Sure, why not? Go ahead and add it because it was in the previous games. I do not, and I never gave a fuck about Pilaf and their squad or anything like that in terms of like playable characters. That's fine, they're in the series, whatever, but I just do not give a shit about them. I never use them. I'm sorry, all right? For those, 5 Pilaf fans that are out there, enjoy. You're probably gonna get them, right? I think they have a better chance over a lot of these other characters because they were in the previous games. They have material that is easy for them to, knock out. So, Little Kid Chi-Chi, why? I don't need that character. We have the best version of Chi-Chi already added in the last DLC. We're good, right? And if you want her, whatever. I don't care. Again, Garlic Jr., Little Garlic Jr., base, I guess, Garlic Jr. I mean, I guess, sure. I'm cool with just what we have. I would much rather use the full power version of Garlic Jr., but hey, for more, movie, anime lore accurate so they can get a transformation with him, cool, sure, why not, okay? Kibito and Kibito Kai, I think we would need to have these characters in just because we have Supreme Kai, right? And in the old games, in like Tenkaichi, I don't know if it was 2 or 3, whichever one he was added in, he powers up to transform into Kibito Kai. And it looks so wacky, bro. Like, they treated it like it was a transformation, like not a fusion, right? I don't know what material Kibito could have, but again, it's like they can add anything for this. It's gonna be generic shit, full power energy wave, whatever. But the only reason I would want that is to see them do the Potara fusion, because they would have to do that, right? So that would actually be pretty cool. So I'd be down for that, right? Who is this, bro? I was about to say Kui, not Kui. Apul? Guys, I don't care about this fucking character. I just don't, right? If you do, awesome. If they want to add him in, great. The idea of me having to pay for this character to be in the game would piss me off. So, fuck that shit, bro. Grade 8. I'm satisfied with Grade 8 Vegeta and Grade 8 Baby. I don't need another Grade 8. I just don't. Again, the idea of having this included in a paid DLC would piss me off. So I don't need that. If they want to add some of these as free updates, like if you want to add Peel-Off Machine and fucking Apul or whatever and stuff, like some of these characters as free updates, that's fine, right? Free DLC. Because a lot of these characters are like nothing burger they could easily make. You know what I mean? Arale, I think Arale would be cool. I think she was silly, she was unique, she was different. The problem is I don't know what the situation with their Arale is. I don't know if they have like a rights type shit. I know it's Akira Toriyama's stuff, but it's a different series. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know how that works. So don't ask me on Arale. I don't know. Which I would love for her to be in, though. That would be cool. That's another part of the Peel-Off Machine. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Tarble. Tarble was in Raging Blast 2, I think. Yeah, it was Raging Blast 2, not Raging Blast 1. Weird he was in. They added him. It was awesome, by the way. Okay? That would be really cool if they could bring back some Raging Blast characters. Because that's still Spike Chunsoft. Or, I mean, was it Spike at the time? I don't know when they merged. That was Spike. Okay, it's the same company. Okay? Raging Blast is still part of the Tenkaichi series. The core foundation of it is Tenkaichi, in a sense, right? They just changed some things up. So, yeah, some RB characters returning. Awesome. What are these? What is this? I almost said Destroyer. Because I saw the skull face. No, that's Hirudegan's base. Yes, again, it's like a Garlic Jr. type of thing. It's like, I think we have the best version of Hirudegan, but if you want to have some like transformation type shit, sure. Bio Broly. They don't. You know what? I'm about to say some crazy shit, but I just thought about it. They included Full Super Saiyan, a form that was never in any other game. I think Sparking Zero might be the first game to have like a playable, like in terms of a fighting game, right? A playable Bio Broly. It would be disgusting, but it would be cool as fuck, right? He would have to be a separate playable character. Give him the giant form. That would actually be kind of cool. He has material in the movie because he was the main antagonist, so it's like there's stuff there. Tambourine. I don't remember if... No, Drum wasn't playable. He was part of, I think, King Piccolo's moveset or something like that. Yeah, Tambourine, sure, why not? I mean, more OG Dragon Ball characters are welcome. Same thing with Tao, the Cyborg Tao. That was kind of weird that they didn't include that in there. So it's like, there's, you know, those guys... I'm always going to be open for more OG Dragon Ball material. Just because it's so lacking. We have so much of everything else. Super, DBZ, movies, right? OG Dragon Ball still doesn't, I feel like, I mean, I'm satisfied with what we have, right? But more OG Dragon Ball characters is always welcome. That's always going to be a cool thing to have, right? Because it's a series that just barely gets representation in any other games. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I'm down for it. Metal Cooler Core would actually be pretty fucking cool. He would be a giant character, right? So I'd love the idea of that. I love the boss in Battle of Z. And I think he was in Ultimate Tenkaichi as well, if I recall correctly. Okay? So it's like, yeah, that's cool. I would like that. Fuck, I almost forgot his name for a second. Hachiak. Another cool one. An exclusive to Raging Blast 2. Yes, I'm down. Now these guys, avocado, and I guess they fuse into avocado or whatever, abo and kato, and they fuse into avocado. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, they had a whole TV special, Yo Son Goku and his bitches return. Like, fuck yeah, put him in. You know, I'm down. You already know GT Goten, bro. And not even have to be just GT Goten. They could have GT Gohan in it as well as like an outfit. That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't need to make another explanation for GT Goten. I would say out of all these fucking characters, bro, GT Goten is more necessary over anyone, okay? And the reason I say that is because Goten, I mean, I'm not saying Goten's a very, very popular character, but GT Goten has been having some motion, bro. Ever since we, you know, got that sparking Neo reveal and we saw GT Vegeta came in and like, you know, GT Trunks especially, GT Goten was getting some fucking motion. I loved seeing that. I was like, that's awesome. And the reason why I want him so badly in the game is because we only have one Goten in the game. How is it that every single main Saiyan character has like 15,000 different versions? I'm talking your Gokus, Vegetas, Trunks, you know, Gohans, right? But Goten only has his base. Like, we have adult Gotens out there, bro. We have a grown-ass version of Goten. Like, just fucking put in people, what is your obsession with GT Goten? It's like, he's cool, bro. He's cool. He's got a lot of cool material. He would be a cool, unique character in the game. They have a lot of material. I made a whole video going over what they could add, and people agree. He has cool shit that they can do, okay? Dokkan did it very well, for example, right? I'm just saying, like, this is a character that would be quite fun. You saw GT Trunks. GT Trunks is one of the coolest characters that they added because they added animations and techniques and things that nobody really thought that they were going to add. He has a team up with GT Goku and Pan and GT Vegeta in his attacks. Like, what the fuck? That's sick. GT Goten can have the same thing. Team up with Gohan, GT Gohan, okay? What did we call it? Brothers Shadow of Bros or some shit, whatever that they did to when they were infected by Baby, okay? It doesn't have to be they're infected by Baby. Just give him the thing. That would be actually pretty cool as well, man. Imagine him, he has an upgrade, a power-up where he gets infected by Baby. Like, that'd be kind of cool, right? I don't think they would do that, but I'm just saying, like, that would be cool. Yeah, Base and Super Saiyan. I went over, I believe me, go watch the video. I had material for both a Base and a Super Saiyan. I easily figured out what they could add for him, okay? Like, I didn't even really need to get creative. Like, I just knew, oh, this is stuff that would be perfect. Like, it's an easy character. It's an easy W. All right. I talked a lot about that shit. Yes, Eyes Shenron. Weird. We have Nova. We don't have Eyes. Eyes is in Xenoverse 2, for example. He has material. Put him in. Mai, another character that is kind of a weird one, but, I mean, she's in Dragon Ball Legends. She's playable. She has a moveset. She just uses a gun mainly and, like, weapons and shit. So it's like, that's always kind of cool to have. Vados. She's in Xenoverse 2. She's playable, so there is material that they can use. They had Champa they added, so it's like they didn't add Vados. It's kind of weird. I always forget this guy's name. I almost said Bergamo. No, we know who Bergamo is. We have him. Botamo. Is it Botamo and Magetta or whatever? Yeah, that'd be cool. I would be open to it. I feel like Magetta or whatever, he's got more unique material. This guy, he's just like what is he, a bear? Winnie the Pooh looking ass? Whatever. Sure, why not? Again, not losing sleep over these guys being included or not, whatever. I do think that the Bros, Trio de Danger, we have Bergamo. I think these guys have enough material. I'm going blank on their names, though. Lavender and Basil, my bad. Lavender, the dude, he's the yellow one, and then Basil is the red one, okay? Now, Basil had the power-up by eating, was it like a fruit or something? He was like trying to be Turles or some shit. So I think he had that, which was cool. And then Lavender has poison. So that's really cool. So like these are characters that have at least unique stuff that they can use. So yeah, I think that would be, that would make a lot of sense. Their models are in the game because they're a team up with Bergamo. So yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Put them in. Oh my God. Okay. Again, these are up here with GT Goten in terms of characters that we absolutely need. The Tamagamis? Why the fuck did we not get the Tamagamis, bro? Tamagami 1, 2, and 3. Some of the most unique material, bro. They got whole ass boss fights in the anime. They have shit there. Put them in, all three of them. They're all cool. They're in like Legends, right? So it's like, And I use Legends as a good, like, example foundation of, like, including it, because Legends is kind of, in a sense, like a little bit like a fighting game on your phone. A little bit. Not exactly. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like real-time, reaction time, you know, based shit. So it's like they have movesets and combos and things like you would have in Sparking, for example. So I was like, yeah, do it. Mini Shin. We good. We already have, or Nahare, whatever the fuck. We got Shin. I'm cool with that. Just give us Kibito and then Kibito Kai, and then we'll be good. I don't need the mini version of Shin. I don't. Mini Piccolo. He didn't do jack shit in the but I love Piccolo, and I'm always down for more Piccolos. We got a lot of new Piccolos in the last DLC from OG Dragon Ball. So sure, give us more Piccolos. Piccolo got more character variants than Goten, which is crazy, bro. No, it's not crazy, but I'm just saying, like, you know, it's unfortunate Goten gets, they just hate Goten or whatever. So yeah, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I'm still surprised that they didn't add him. So they should, right? They definitely should. I'm not going to go over every specific attack here. Sorry, not attack, outfit, but you kind of get the idea. These are all outfits that a lot of people have been asking for. Some of the new moves that we have, like Spirit Bomb Absorption. Now that we know that Goku from the movie can get that shit, you already know it. I do want to say BoJack Movie Trunks, that if they do not add that in the next year, I gotta throw away Sparking, bro. I gotta throw it in the trash. I gotta flush it down the toilet. I'm just joking. But you get what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. We don't have the BoJack Trunks. The fuck? Give him the strike, the fucking thing that he did to Gokua or Kogu or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of outfits here that make a lot of sense. Another big one, major one that we should have got was Second Coming Broly. Weird. Why do we not have that? People were like, well, what's the difference? He just got a couple of rippings? No, bro. This is the version with the normal, like, yellow gold hair. Okay? I guess some people forget that. In what we have in the game right now is the blue-haired version of the controlled Super Saiyan, right? And other than the battle damage and stuff, yeah, this would be a perfect outfit to have. Give him some new shit, some new animations. That would be cool. Some of these other things, I don't, whatever. The Spirit Bomb Absorption is a good choice, right? We need more of those movie techniques, because every single movie, Goku did something new. You know what I mean? He did some new finisher, which is always cool. But yeah, a lot of these outfits and things make a lot of sense. Some of the original Z versions of, like, King Cold and King Vegeta would be quite cool. Obviously, GT Gohan would be awesome. Yeah, a lot of good selections here. Stages and stuff. I mean, there are a million stages. We still don't have a lot of stages. They did good and they added some more, but tons that we don't have. Free updates like crossplay. Yeah, we need it. We need it. I don't know if they're ever gonna do it. A new opening. Oh yeah. It would. They would probably make a new opening like they did for Neo. So that'd be cool. A new animation where Golden Grade Up appears for GT base. Oh yeah. I would. Yeah. Can they fix that? They did it for GT Vegeta. GT Vegeta's transformation mogs the fuck out of GT Goku's, right? GT Goku's is boring as fuck. He just goes, ah, and then it doesn't hard cut like Jiren. That's another free update. Fix Jiren's transformation. I swear to God, it's so easy. I'm not asking for them to do anything crazy. Just add a transition that, like an effect transition, okay? The hard cut, and even when he's powering up, it looks bad. It looks so bad. So it's like when he's powering up, add some aura, add some effects. I don't know what happened to it. What happened to the effects? What happened to the aura? What happened? The way it finishes off and ends and he poses up is good. Like that part's good. It's the powering up and transitioning into that form, his full power, that is so bad. You know what I mean? So yeah, great selections. I think this would be a fantastic way to finish off the original Tenkaichi series stuff in terms of what we need for, like, fixing the game, improving it, and then we can move on to, like, Moro and Granola and all that stuff, right? But yeah, y'all let me know your thoughts and opinions. What do you want to see in the game in the future? This game's going to be getting a lot of new updates. Get ready for it. So I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell. Peace out.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.